The Constitution of India. Preamble. We, the people of India, having solemnly resolved to constitute India into a sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic and to secure to all its citizens justice, social, economic and political, liberty of thought, expression, belief, faith and worship, equality of status and of opportunity, and to promote among them all fraternity, assuring the dignity of the individual and the unity and integrity of the nation. In our Constituent Assembly, this 26th day of November 1949, do hereby adopt, enact and give to ourselves this Constitution.
Welcome back. A snappy welcome to all my dear children. I know you all are busy with your exams, but don't worry, just prepare well and perform well. Let's begin today's session. Today, we are going to learn about figures of speech. Do you know what is a figure of speech? A figure of speech is a word or phrase that possesses a separate meaning from its literal definition. So, what is a figure of speech? It is a word or phrase that possesses a separate meaning from its literal definition. Now, let's see what are the major kinds of figures of speech. The major kinds of figures of speech are simile, metaphor, personification, pun, hyperbole, irony and onomatopoeia. Now, let us see each of these figures of speech in detail. Now, let's see first what is a simile. A simile is a form of figurative language in which a comparison is made between two things which have something in common using the words like or as. That is, a simile is a figure of speech which have something in common. It can be their characteristics or appearance or any other qualities in which a person compares two things in which the two things will have something in common. That is called a simile. Now, let us see some examples of simile. Then you will understand a little more clear. So, children, here are some examples of simile. First one, the moon is like a white balloon. What does it mean? The moon is like a white balloon. Here it means that the shape of the moon is like a balloon and the color of the moon is like white. That is why it is compared to a white balloon. Here the person uses the word like. The moon is like a white balloon. So, here from these sentences we can understand the color of the moon is white, and what about the shape? The shape of the moon is like a balloon. That is why it is compared to as the moon is like a white balloon. Next one, she is as kind as an angel. Here what does it mean? She is as kind as an angel means the person, or she is compared to an angel or the quality of an angel. Here kind signifies the quality. So, the person or she is compared to an angel, especially here they highlights the quality of an angel. That is why she is compared to an angel, like she is as kind as an angel. Here the person uses the word as. Here also as. She is as kind as an angel. Usually in simile we uses either like or as. The first example we use the word like. In the second example we use the word as. Now let us see the third example. I am like earthly life which begins at the feet of the mad elements. So, this is an example from the poem Song of the Rain. So, here like like earthly life, the rain also begins at the feet of the mad elements. That is why the poet uses the word like. So, I am like earthly life which begins at the feet of the mad elements. So, you can see few more examples in the poem. Try to find out that also. So, these are the examples of a simile. I hope you got an idea about what is a simile. So, children, now let us see what is a metaphor. Metaphor is a common figure of speech that makes a comparison by directly relating one thing to another unrelated thing. So, in metaphor, we compare two things. We compare two things directly relating to one another. Unlike simile, in metaphor, we usually compare two things directly. In simile, we use like or as, but in the case of metaphor, we compare two things directly by relating one thing to another unrelated thing. This is the difference between metaphor and simile. In simile, we usually compare two things indirectly with the help of the two words like or as, but in metaphor, we usually compare two things directly. Okay, this is about metaphor. Now, I will show you some examples of metaphor. So, children, these are the examples of a metaphor. He was a lion in the fight. What does it mean? He was a lion in the fight. That is, it shows the person is that much powerful, or it shows his courage. He was a lion in the fight means it shows that person's courage or strength or his willpower. That is why here we are comparing that person to a lion. That is why he was a lion in the fight. Here we are directly comparing that person to a lion. He was a lion in the fight. Next example, he was a tornado blasting his way through the opposing team. Here that person is compared to a tornado. Directly here we are comparing that person directly without using like or as. He was a tornado blasting his way through the opposing team. What does it mean? He was a tornado. That here also it shows how much powerful he is, blasting his way through the opposing team. Here also we can see how much power or how that much strong that person is. That is why here that person is compared to a tornado. He was a tornado blasting his way. He was just blasting his way through the opposing team. That is, he was able to oppose his team like a tornado. Okay. Next example, and dotted silver threads dropped from heaven. I know you may be familiar with these words because this is taken from the poem Song of the Rain. Here what is that? I am dotted silver threads dropped from heaven. Here we are comparing the rain. Here I refers to the rain. The rain is compared to dotted silver threads. Here also the poet is directly comparing the rain to dotted silver threads. That is the color of the rain and also the shape. That is why dotted silver threads. That is the rain appears, or the rain is like a dotted silver threads. The poet compares directly by using the word dotted silver thread. So, this is all about metaphor. So, to make it more clear, I will give you more examples for simile and metaphor. First one, Mike is as soft as teddy bear. This is an example for simile. Next, metaphor, Mike is a teddy bear. So, what is the major difference you can see in these two sentences? Here, Mike is as soft as teddy bear. Here we are mentioning this quality, that is Mike is very much soft, or Mike is as soft as a teddy bear, and we use the word as. Mike is as soft as teddy bear. Here we are directly comparing that person to a teddy bear, that is Mike is a teddy bear. So it can mean it means that Mike is as soft as a teddy bear, or it can mean the physical appearance of Mike, that is Mike looks like a teddy. So here we are directly comparing Mike to a teddy bear, that is Mike is a teddy bear. But in case of simile, here we are comparing Mike to a teddy bear, that is the softness. Mike is as soft as teddy bear. Here we are comparing the quality of that person, that is Mike is as soft as teddy bear. See the next example. You are like a rock. Here you are a rock. So in case of simile, we are comparing that person to a rock by using the word like. You are like a rock. But in case of metaphor, here we are directly comparing that person to a rock, that is why you are a rock. So what does it mean? You are like a rock means that person seems to be so very hard and rough. That is why here we are comparing that person to a rock. But in case of simile, we are directly comparing, that is you are like a rock. But in case of metaphor, we are in case of simile, we are indirectly comparing that person to a rock. But in metaphor, we are comparing that person directly to a rock. That is the difference between simile and metaphor. I hope now you got a clear idea about what is a simile and what is a metaphor and what is the difference between a simile and a metaphor. So children, now let us see what is a personification. It is a figure of speech in which human characteristics or qualities are attributed to an inanimate object. That is, the characteristics or qualities of a human being are attributed to inanimate objects. I will give you some examples so you will get a clear idea about what is a personification. See, let us see the first example. My house is a friend who protects me. That is, here the house is compared to a person. Why? Here we uses the word friend. My house, let's consider my house as an inanimate object. That is, the house is an inanimate object. Here my house is a friend who protects me. But here we are considering the house as a friend or a good protector who protects me. This is her or his house is a friend who protects me. So next example, the wind howled at night. What does it mean, the wind howled at night? Here the word howled depicts the powerful sound of the wind. Do you think the wind can produce a howling sound? So to make it more effective, we use the word howled. That is to give it a more human quality. Here we use the word howled. That is why the wind howled at night. That is to give us to convey us the powerful sound of the wind. We use the term or word howl. The wind howled at night. So what does it mean? It shows or it depicts the powerful sound of the wind produced at the night. That is why the wind howled at night. Next example, I touch gently at the windows with my soft fingers. This is the line taken from the poem Song of the Rain. Here I refers to the rain. I touch gently at the windows with my soft fingers. Do you think thus the rain can touch? No. So what does it mean? I touch gently at the windows with my soft fingers. Here the poet is personifying the rain by giving the rain human qualities, that is with my soft fingers. Here the poet is giving human qualities to the rain. That is why he uses the term touch and soft fingers. What the poet means to say that is the presence of the rain. I touch gently at the windows with my soft fingers. What it depicts the presence of the rain. So children, these are the examples for personification. I hope you got an idea about what is a personification. So children, now let us see what is alliteration, assonance and consonance. What is alliteration? It is the repetition of the same letter or consonant sounds within a group of words. So alliteration is the repetition of same letter or consonant sounds in a group of words. That is alliteration. Next, what is assonance? Assonance is the repetition of identical or similar vowel sounds. In case of alliteration, it is a repetition of consonant sounds, but in the case of assonance, it is a repetition of identical or similar vowel sounds in a series of words or phrases. So in alliteration, it is a repetition of series of consonant sounds, whereas in assonance, it is a repetition of series of vowel sounds. What about consonants? Consonants is a repetition of final consonant sounds in a group of words or sentence. This is all about consonants. I know you may be little confused about all these things. So with examples, I will explain in detail. Now let us see a few examples of alliteration, assonance and consonants. Alliteration, pearls plucked. So in the first example, you can see the initial consonant sounds, that is pearls plucked. So what is the initial consonant sound? P. P is the initial consonant sound in these two words. Next, messenger of mercy. Messenger of mercy. Which is the initial consonant sound? M. Messenger of mercy. Here the initial consonant sound is M. Next example, safe and sound. So here which is the initial consonant sound? S. Safe and sound. So initial consonant sound is S. So these are the examples of alliteration. Now let's move on to assonance. First example, try to light the fire. Try to light the fire. So what is assonance? It is the repetition of Now let us see some examples of assonance. Try to light the fire. Try to light the fire. Here it is a repetition of vowel sound. Here try to light the fire. So which is the vowel sound here? It is the I sound. Try to light the fire. So the repetition of I sound is repeated here. Okay. Next, clap your hands. Clap your hands, which is the vowel sound repeated here, as sound. Clap your hands. Here it is as sound which is repeated. Next, time out of mind. Time out of mind, which is the vowel sound repeated here, I. Time out of mind. So which is the sound? I sound. I hope it's clear. So children, now let us see what is consonants. What is consonants? It is a repetition of final consonant sounds. Here are the examples of consonant sounds. First and last. First and last. Here the final consonant sound is T. First and last. So the final consonant sound is T. Odds and ends. Odds and ends. So which is the final consonant sound? S. Next example, stress and frets. Stress and frets, which is the final consonant sound? S. Stress and frets. So the final consonant sound is S. Okay? Okay children, so this is all about figures of speech. So in today's class we have learned about major kinds of figures of speech like simile, metaphor, personification, alliteration, consonants and assonance. I hope you got a clear idea about all these kinds of figures of speech. We usually use these kinds of figures of speech in poems, stories, novels to make it more ornamental or figurative. Okay, so this is about figures of speech. Now I will give you a homework. From the poem Song of the Rain, you have to write the examples for simile, metaphor, personification, assonance, alliteration and consonants. Okay, this is your homework and you have to submit it. Okay children, let's wind up the session. Take care of your health, be safe and stay safe. Utilize your day properly. Okay, meet you in the next class. Till then, it's bye from your Aparna teacher. Bye.